Narendra Kothari, former Chairman of NMDC. Mr. Kothari, good morning and thank you for joining us. Now, Mubina has set the lay of the land, and I'm sure you must have heard her, initial thoughts on why iron ore prices have been fluctuating. But to your mind, the volatility in iron ore prices, is that temporary, or in the medium term, iron ore prices have peaked out for a long time?
Good morning. Really, I see, yes, the fluctuations in iron ore prices we are witnessing. We have seen that in last 3 or 4 months, prices from $95 to $97 to it has come down to $58, $60 in this month. Particularly this May month was also from 77 to down almost 20% is a down. These are the basically what I feel. There is a 2 or 3 reasons. There is a good amount of production in iron ore because initially there was a good price rise was there and all people has gone for higher production. We see there are 2 big mines, new mines, and which are coming up to the 100% productions or high level of production they are coming, particularly this Ray Hill of Australia, which is a capacity of around 55 million ton. It is coming up fully and high productions are there. Another is the Brazil mines S11D. That also is around 90 million ton capacity mines and they are coming up. So the seaborne, if we see the availability of iron ore is much more and increasing everywhere. In our country also we see the NMDC has also produced last year almost 20% more from 31 million to they have gone to the 36 million ton and good productions are still going on. Another reason for the price low is in China, definitely is a very important reason. They have good stock of iron ore at their Chinese port. And of late we see that there is a consumption of the scrap is much more in steel plants. Earlier we see this induction furnace, electric furnace, most of the scrap was used and steel making by the BOF route. Where is mostly this iron ore is being used, sinter is being used and around 10% scrap was used. But now due to the price advantage, scrap has increased to 15 to 18%. So this is one of the reasons where prices has gone down and sometimes speculations there. But I feel in the long term, the prices should remain around, I don't think that it will go to the 50 because it will be very difficult to maintain the prices, but it's good for industry and all. The prices, and I feel the prices should be settled between $65 to $70.
What is the bare minimum iron ore prices below which global companies they start making losses? I mean, I'm just trying to understand what is the essential price for them to remain in profit.
You have seen that the different companies, if we say the BHP or Vale or all other global companies, they have gone in competition to the $40 also last year. And a lot of mines like Fortescue etc. has closed down also. So I feel that at least the 50 plus should be there, otherwise not good for the industry of the mining industry.
I don't understand this China factor. I don't like to use the word China factor. I like to use the word X factor because that indeed is the X factor. There is data which I have which suggests that Chinese economy is making a comeback. I also have data which indicates that the Chinese economic demand is not making a comeback. Now we know that China is the swing consumer in the iron ore market. What is the right way of analyzing that X factor?
If we see that definitely China have a big role. They are producing more than 50% of steel in the world, and China is always a very important. If we see the data for the last few months, particularly 2017, then January to April 2017, world steel crude steel also has increased to around 5%, and China itself is around 4.6%. So I feel it is a good sign, and the production capacity is increasing in China, where production is increasing in China and throughout world also. So I see this is a good for the industry of iron ore as well as steel.
What is your understanding of the total inventory level in the iron ore market? And when I say inventory, I'm referring to global inventory.
The inventory should be quite okay because I don't have the data currently at the moment, but it's sufficient and surplus inventory is there at the moment.
And is there enough and more arbitrage for Indian exporters, because iron ore is an important exporting commodity from India, and the reason why Indian companies are exporting out is because the arbitrage historically is very large between international prices versus the iron ore which firms like NMDC have produced in the past?
I will see this one thing, this Indian exporter definitely there's not much advantage because like NMDC, which is there in the central part of the country, so much away from the port. And if we see the prices of iron ore goes to the China, CFR prices goes. So if all the mines or things which have near to the port, they are advantageous position. But the mines which are far from the port, because our logistic costs are very, very high in our country, rail transportation, sometimes it is much more than the iron ore cost itself. So these are the things which the advantage, disadvantage are always there. And NMDC is not make much in export, because what we are doing is to remain in NMDC do remain in the market, and there is not much big, but okay, the price when was there $70, $80, $85, it was okay. But at this price, which is today, I don't think it is a big advantage to the Indian companies.